lovers. So today I'm going to be doing the controversial makeup tag. I thought that this was super fun. I love the questions, so I figured that I would go ahead and do it. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. The very first question is a popular product that you don't like, and this was pretty easy. The Morphe 35O. I'm not saying it's a horrible product or anything like that. Like, it's okay, like it'll get the job done, but I just do not understand the hype for the 35 pan palettes from Morphe. Like, they're just not that great. Don't get me wrong, I love my Jaclyn Hill palette. I love my 25A and 25B palettes. Those formulas feel different, but the original 35 pan palette, like, I just do not understand why the internet exploded because of this palette. I just don't think it's that great, and it's not something I would recommend. So number 2 is a product everyone hates but you love, and this was a really hard question for me. I couldn't really come up with much, but I decided to go with the Kylie blushes, and I don't think I've heard people saying that they hate them, but I just haven't heard that many good things, and they're some of my favorites. I can even just say Kylie Cosmetics as a whole, I feel like people hate unless you're like a top influencer. Like, I feel like they really love Kylie Cosmetics, but I feel like average regular people just don't. But everything that I've tried from her, I've been impressed with. Like, no lie, I like her highlighters, I like her eyeshadow palettes, at least the ones that I've tried. I like her blushes. I liked her liquid lipsticks. I thought her lip liners were good, even though they were straight up the exact same, like, packaging and formula and everything as the ColourPop ones. So next question, this is a very controversial one. Expensive eyeshadows, are they worth it? And this was one I thought a lot about, and I'm gonna have to say no. And the reason why is because I feel like there's a lot of palettes now at the drugstore. ColourPop eyeshadows you can get for like $5 each, or I really like the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, which is like 30 something dollars, but overall if you count every single shadow it's only $1 each. I love Juvia's Place eyeshadow palettes, and I think that those are all really affordable and really good. And I feel like even if you have a palette and something's lacking in it, like, other than, I feel like they have to blend well, like that's super important. But even if you have a shade that like is not as pigmented as you want it to, like at least shimmery shades, then you can wet it. Like, you can take a boring shimmery shade and wet it, and it looks like Natasha Denona level. Which, of course, some people say that they don't want to have to go the extra step, but the extra step is so easy. Like, all you have to do is literally hold up your brush and like that's, it's literally like 2 extra seconds. So I feel like even though I enjoy my expensive eyeshadows, do not get me wrong, will I stop buying expensive eyeshadows? Probably not. But I feel like you can definitely make inexpensive eyeshadows work. And like Juvia's Place, that's my go-to. They have so many colors. They have some neutral palettes, like if you just want plain old nudes, they have the original Nubian, I believe it was called. So yeah. So number 4 is a popular brand that you don't like, and I was sitting here like, I could do a whole video on popular brands I don't like. So I'm just gonna go through and say Jeffree Star, never buying from him. Benefit, never really liked anything from them. It Cosmetics, very gimmicky, never anything that's in my shade. Laura Lee Los Angeles, whatever her little brand is, no. Manny MUA's brand, Lunar Beauty, never gonna buy anything from them. But I feel like, and Lime Crime, don't like them either. None of those brands I'll purchase from. It Cosmetics, maybe, because they are cruelty free if they came out with better shade ranges, but everyone else I don't like. The person who owns it, or I don't like Benefit in general. I just think they're gimmicky and they're not cruelty free. And I can just go ahead and say every brand that's not cruelty free, especially NARS, I feel like they stab me in the heart. I don't know why they would go from being cruelty free to not being cruelty free. Like, why are you going to take those steps back? Next is a trend you can't get on board with, and I'm just gonna have to go ahead and say baking, which I will do occasionally, bear with me here. But I have super dry skin, so I feel like overall it's just not flattering for me. I don't mind going in with some powder on my sponge and just like doing it all over my face and just doing a light layer. But people who like literally bake like their entire under eyes, they bake this, they bake their nose, like they bake everything, like that's just too much for my skin. If you're oily, then that's like awesome for you, like that's definitely gonna work out, but for me it just looks crepey and dry. So like there's not a whole lot of trends that I'm like that's just awful, other than like I don't like metallic lipsticks either. But Like, I try not to judge what other people do for their makeup, you know? But for me personally, baking doesn't work. Is a trend you didn't like at first, but now love. And this was another hard one because, like I said, I'm not judgy. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of different. And I will try most things out. And I decided to go ahead and say highlighting. And it's not that I didn't like highlighting at first, it's just that I started off so minimal. So here's the story, you guys. I used to highlight with my little Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. That was like my OG. I actually hit pan on one of the highlighters in there, like the matte ones. And I remember watching a video of Tiffany, Makeup by Tiffany D, and she was applying it, and she said that the highlight was a little bit too shimmery, so she mixed the matte and the shimmery highlight together. And so I did the same thing for the longest time. Like, it was just a super subtle glow. Now I swatch the highlighter by itself and I'm like, this is so not a blending highlighter. Like, I don't even know why I mixed it with a matte highlight. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And now I'm just like, I want to be a light bulb. So it's not that I didn't like it at first, it's just that I was like very, very subtle, and now I'm not. So this next question is kind of relevant to what I was just speaking about, but highlighter, is it overdone or can it never be enough? I am going to strongly say it cannot be enough. I love highlight. I love the glow to your skin. I just think it's so fun. Like, it's just a fun step in applying your makeup. And when I see another girl and she's got like a blinding highlighter, I'm like, I love your highlighter, girl. Like, I feel like we just connect. Like, it's so easy to just be like, oh my god, we both love highlights. We're both being seen from like Jupiter right now. Like, look at us. NASA's like, who is that? So yeah, I'm gonna say can never be enough. And I don't care like if someone wears like highlighter all over their face, or if they decide not to wear any. Like I said, I don't have the energy to be negative about how other people do their makeup. As for me, it will never be enough. You guys, I'm gonna be like 90 years old, writing my will, writing my future funeral director, like, I'm gonna need you to apply Nikki Tutorials Glazed Donut, please and thank you. That's how I want to go in the grave. So next is an eyeshadow color you don't wear often or at all. And this was another really hard one because there's no eyeshadow colors that I don't ever wear, but as far as often, I'm gonna go ahead and say cool tones like grays, blacks, silvers, and I really like them. Like, every once in a while I pull out my Naked Smoky palette and I'm like, girl, who is that? Like, I feel it, but then I put it away because I'm just a warm tone lover at heart and I love colorful eyeshadows, so I just don't find myself reaching for cool toned eyeshadows that often. And I feel like on my skin, like, I feel like for some reason, like, warm tones just kind of, they just go with my face. And I feel like when I wear cool tones, like, they just stick out so much. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like the makeup I'm wearing right now, I don't think, other than my lipstick, obviously, I don't think it would attract very much attention. But whenever I'm wearing cool tones, it just feels very prom, very like sexy, very, I don't know, it just feels different, if that makes any sense at all. So the next question is something people on YouTube/Instagram need to stop doing. And I have got an answer for y'all. I got a long answer, okay? People need to stop being freaking hateful, okay? That's all I have to say. Stop leaving rude comments. Stop being mean to people you don't know. Because even though you may not know them, they have 5 million followers, doesn't mean that they don't ever see your comments and that they are not people. I cannot stand people who leave rude comments. Cannot stand them. And I want you guys to know that one day, if I ever like get a bigger following or something, and I'm gonna have people coming at me all the time like, why can't I find you? Like, am I blocked, or did you block me or something? Because every time I see a hateful comment on Instagram, I block that person. It doesn't have to be to me. Like, you can be leaving something mean on Trend Moods page, you can leave something mean on Amrezi's page. I don't care who it is. If you're leaving something mean, I'm like, block, block. You should see my list of blocks on Instagram. It's probably like at least 1,000 people. No lie. Like I said, no time for negativity, no time for mean people, because you know what the worst thing is too, is when someone leaves a hateful comment and then you go to their bio and they have like a Bible verse. I'm like, girl, do not judge. Do not cast that stone. Stop it. So yeah, that's just something I can't personally understand. I am just not a hateful person. I'm not a mean person. So that's what people need to stop doing. And on YouTube, I definitely have blocked people from my own channel. And the funny thing is, every once in a while I get a notification that they commented on my video or something. but like when I click it, it like disappears. Like I don't know if there's like a little glitch in the system. So they're still watching my videos, they're still commenting, I guess, but you are blocked. You are so blocked. I had the rudest comments forever ago about how because I don't do my hair, I'm letting myself go and I'm making excuses for my videos, which no, I mean, I take the time to kind of brush it every once in a while. But I was literally going through the hardest time of my life when they posted that on my channel. And even though it was such like a little nitpicky mean thing, it was still so hurtful because literally my entire life was falling apart. So yeah, blocked. I don't have, you know, everyone just needs to be nice. So if your mama didn't teach you this, mine did. This is my life motto. It should be everyone's life motto. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So the last question is a product that doesn't get enough love, and this was another hard one to answer because I don't know, it's kind of hard to choose some, like just one product. So I decided to kind of do a category, and that's going to be indie makeup or lesser known brands. I feel like there's so many brands out there that are making so many cool products, just new things, beautiful makeup, and they do not get the hype that they deserve. So I figured I would mention a few really quickly just in case you guys are curious. One that I want to mention, even though I don't have them on hand with me right now, is Sparrow Cosmetics on Etsy. Sorry, I was about to say indie. They are an indie brand, but they are on Etsy. And I've actually done a video before, I can like put somewhere up here, of swatching all of their highlighters on my face. Well, not all of theirs, but all the ones that I own. I think it was 8 different shades, but they make beautiful blinding highlighters. They're affordable, and like I said, you are supporting a small brand. Another like little indie brand that I really like, they sent me this palette actually, which I thought was super sweet, but this is KG Beauty. Every time I do a video with this, I seem to say KJ Beauty. I don't know why, the J just keeps happening. But this is the Mermaid palette, and I believe she's coming out with highlighters soon. But this palette is so beautiful, you guys. If you love mermaids, like, this is extremely beautiful. The mattes are all super soft. These shimmers are beautiful. Every time I've used this, I've liked it. Another brand that I could mention is Looksy. I don't have like a full palette of their eyeshadows in front of me right here, but I'm pretty sure this one is from them. Yeah, this is Malibu. This is a really pretty shade. Let me fix this on my hand. I think this is the only one I have in this little green palette in front of me that is from Looksy, but I have quite a few shadows from them. I definitely want to place another order soon. But this is like just a beautiful blue-green duochrome. So Looksy is a really nice brand. And then I also wanted to mention Adept Cosmetics. They have sent me a few things, but that does not change my opinion at all. This is their Magnetic Face and Cheek palette. And you guys, these pans are huge. They've got little cats in them, which I originally thought were dogs, but they're actually cats. They're like the Egyptian cat. And like, this palette is so beautiful. I don't really dip into this blush all that often because it is super pigmented, but I've been using this bronzer matte a ton, and this highlighter is beautiful. It doesn't even look like I've touched it, like, because the imprint is on there really well, which I appreciate because I think that the imprint is super cute. But I really like this palette, and like I said, another little smaller indie brand. So if you guys have any smaller brands you want me to check out, definitely leave that in the comments down below, because I'm always looking for new things, even though I shouldn't be, but I love supporting smaller brands, trying new things. I think that there's definitely a lot of cool stuff out there, especially if you're kind of just bored with what's coming out on like the mainstream market. So that is everything for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one, hopefully. Bye.